Get ready for the biggest stories breaking right now, because we are diving deep into the drama. First up, we are heading to the desert where Sydney Sweeney and Scooter Braun were spotted getting cozy with Diplo at the 2026 Stagecoach Festival. Things are heating up as fans and media alike are buzzing about their every move at the star-studded event.
Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to hold it with one hand? The PopSocket's Pop Grip gives you a secure grip, works as a phone stand, and even lets you swap the top for a fresh new look. Simple, useful, and perfect for everyday phone use. Click the link in the comments to grab yours on Amazon.
Next, we are turning our attention to the intense world of television drama. We are breaking down the mystery of what really happened to Algie Smith, who played the character Chris McKay on Euphoria. Fans are asking why he was missing from the major wedding episode, and we have all the details on his journey through the show. Then we are looking at the controversy surrounding Sydney Sweeney and the resurgence of the MAGA Barbie nickname. People are pointing to her recent appearance at an Ella Langley concert with Scooter Braun as a major point of contention. We are exploring why this specific outing has sparked such a massive reaction across social media. Finally, we are taking you back to Stagecoach to see how Sydney Sweeney rocked the house at her SYRN pop-up saloon with celebrity guests like Ashton Kutcher and Lance Bass before the entire festival faced an emergency weather evacuation. This is news you do not want to miss, so make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell to stay updated. Ever wonder what happens when Hollywood's elite trade the red carpet for the dusty desert plains of Indio? Picture this. It is Saturday at the 2026 Stagecoach Festival, and the vibe is absolute chaos in the best way possible. Sydney Sweeney was spotted rocking some serious fringe, looking every bit the festival queen, but the real talking point wasn't just her outfit, it was her company. She was seen hanging out with none other than music mogul Scooter Braun and DJ sensation Diplo. It's the kind of crossover episode that usually only happens in our wildest pop culture dreams, right? But let's pivot for a second, because the world of celebrity news has been anything but quiet lately. While Sydney was busy living her best festival life, the industry was reeling from the news out of the White House Correspondents Dinner. The guest list was packed with A-listers, yet the evening took a terrifying turn when a gunman infiltrated the event. Authorities have since released the identity of the shooter, along with the formal charges, casting a long, somber shadow over what was meant to be a celebration of media and politics. It really makes you rethink the heavy price of fame and the security bubbles these stars live within. On a lighter note, because we definitely need one, if you are a fan of 2000s nostalgia, you are not going to want to miss this next bit. Word on the street is that Adrian Grenier almost snagged a cameo in The Devil Wears Prada 2. Can you imagine? The director finally spilled the beans, and it leaves us all wondering what could have been. And speaking of icons, the queen of pop herself, Madonna, just hit up the Abbey in LA to drop some new tracks from her Confessions II project. The guest list was so star-studded it basically qualifies as its own private gala. It's been a whirlwind of headlines, from festival fashion to high-stakes drama and legendary comebacks. Which of these stories has you talking the most? Drop a comment below, and let's get the conversation started. After all, in a world that moves this fast, there is always more to the story than what catches the eye. Ever feel like a character just vanished into thin air, leaving a void that everyone else seems to have completely forgotten about? That is exactly the vibe we are getting from Euphoria. As the gang gears up for the latest Season 3 drama surrounding Nate and Cassie's wedding, it is honestly wild to look back at how chaotic their toxic romance actually started. Remember that New Year's Eve party? The tension was thick enough to cut with a knife, especially with Cassie and Nate sneaking off to a bathroom while poor Maddie was standing just inches away. But there is one face missing from the current guest list: Chris McKay. Yeah, Cassie's ex-boyfriend, played by Algie Smith, seems to have been wiped from the narrative entirely. It is a strange shift because McKay was a pivotal part of those earlier seasons, struggling with the pressure of college football and his complicated history with Cassie. His absence is a glaring question mark in the show's evolving timeline. So, why did he fall off the map while everyone else is still spiraling? Let's pull back the curtain on McKay's journey and try to figure out why he's not walking down that aisle. Do you think his absence was a necessary creative choice for the show's direction, or did we miss out on a massive chance for closure? Let me know your theories in the comments, and hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into the messiest dramas on television. Sometimes, the most important characters are the ones who stop showing up altogether. Have you ever noticed how some stars just can't seem to escape a label, no matter how hard they try to pivot? Sydney Sweeney is currently finding herself back in the viral crosshairs, and this time, the internet is resurrecting a nickname she's been trying to shake for years. MAGA Barbie. You might remember the controversy started with her family's birthday party decor and a few political registrations that didn't sit well with her fan base. Just when we thought the noise had died down, a trip to Stagecoach has set the internet ablaze all over again. Sydney was at the festival to promote her lingerie brand, SYRN, but the cameras caught something else entirely. In a clip circulating on X, Sweeney was seen getting cozy with none other than Scooter Braun, even hopping up on his shoulders during an Ella Langley concert. Now, why does this matter? Well, for starters, fans are already skeptical of their pairing, but the location choice is what's really fueling the fire. Ella Langley has faced plenty of heat for her associations with conservative figures like Morgan Wallen and Kid Rock, and by stepping into that circle, Sydney has unintentionally, or maybe intentionally, reignited those MAGA Barbie accusations. It's a fascinating look at the intersection of celebrity dating and public perception. While reports suggest this romance is just a casual, summer fling, something a woman in her 20s is perfectly entitled to explore, her inner circle reportedly isn't exactly cheering her on. It really makes you wonder, at what point does a celebrity's private dating life stop being just personal and start defining their entire public brand? If you want to dive deeper into the hidden lives of Hollywood's most talked-about couples, hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments. Do you think the internet is being too hard on her, or is this just the consequence of her own choices? Let's keep the conversation going. Ever wondered what it looks like when the biggest names in Hollywood let their hair down and turn a desert festival into the ultimate karaoke bar? Well, Sydney Sweeney just gave us the answer, and it was nothing short of electric. The Euphoria star took over Stagecoach this past weekend with her own SYRN pop-up saloon, and the guest list read like a who's who of pop culture royalty. We are talking Ashton Kutcher, Mila Kunis, Diplo, and Lance Bass all grabbing the mic. Sydney looked absolutely radiant in a baby blue corset and white miniskirt, but she wasn't just there to look good. She was there to lead the party. From belting out Cruise with Chase Rice to iconic and SYNC throwbacks with Lance Bass, she proved that even A-listers need to blow off some steam. It is fascinating to see the star power she commands. She really turned that pop-up into the heartbeat of the entire festival. But as they say, the desert weather always has the final word. Just as the energy was peaking, Saturday night took a dramatic turn when high winds forced an emergency evacuation of the festival grounds. Fans were left waiting in limbo, while sets by artists like Journey were abruptly cut short. It is a stark reminder that no matter how much star power you pack into a venue, nature is still the ultimate headliner. Eventually, the show did go on, with Lainey Wilson bringing Riley Green back for a stripped-down, emotional performance that saved the night. It just goes to show that even in the face of chaos, the music and the people behind it find a way to deliver. What do you think? Would you brave a desert evacuation just to catch a surprise karaoke set by Sydney Sweeney? Drop a comment below and let us know your wildest festival story, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for your daily dose of entertainment updates. Because in Hollywood, the party never really stops, it just changes venues.